From my old stopping grounds, the virtual Southern National Motors Park, to the old days of the ASA Sweet Potato 400, to the Thanksgiving Classic, sadly this year postponed because of the pandemic. However, we are set for the next round of the American iRacing League. Thanks to the world of esports, we are at least able to have some type of excitement on the high banks of Kenly, North Carolina's 410th mile facility. We welcome you on LSR TV and CRN Sports to coverage of the American iRacing League, Southern National Motorsports Park. Our broadcast coverage is presented by Swag and LSR TV. Good evening. I am Wesley Outland. Big also to Team 126 Motorsports for being a sponsor. Joined alongside is actually Greg Rance. Greg, you're able to make it. Where's my name at? My name's not even in the letterhead. What in the world? What, would I get bumped or something? What is that
Oopsies. about? We're already starting.
Greg was the one that was supposed to be off night, not me.
And I'm here anyway, and surprise, surprise, we're here.
I demand they fix this. I want a recount.
So yeah, plans changed here tonight, so I was able to make it here to the high banks of Kenly for tonight's racing. We got two races on tap here tonight. Legend cars, which you see out here right now making their practices, they're getting set for a 30-lap main event here tonight. And then the super late models are coming up for a 100-lap main event. Surprise, there you go, Wesley, you got your name out there.
He's so sweet. Thank you, Charles.
Charles is in Texas. Oh, happy Friday the 13th to everybody. I hope you've had a good Friday. And we are rocking and rolling here tonight. We have got, again, the Legend cars and the Super late models here on the high banks of Southern National Motorsports Park. Real quickly, let's take a look at the race conditions for tonight, what we're going to do for the race. As sawblade.com weather conditions, 78 degrees on the track, temp 75 for the ambient temperature. Not really worried about wind and partly cloudy skies on a virtual Friday night in November. And they're going to be getting to it right here tonight. How about it, Greg? A lot of racing, exciting racing on the high banks here at Kenly.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Again, two races here tonight. Legend cars going 30 laps, and then the super late models, they were originally scheduled for 75 laps, Wesley, but series promoter Tyler Payne made the call over the weekend, this past weekend. All super late model races from here on will be 100 laps. They went the extra 25 to make it a century grind here, and it all starts tonight at Southern National Motorsports Park.
There you go. So again, each program, Legend cars, and then the super late models here on the high banks of Southern National. Hey, if you are not familiar with this racetrack, but more details about it, okay, this track was built back in 1990. That's how long this track's been around. A lot of people don't know that, but it has. 1990, the track was built. It was built by Francis Tuttle, who was one of the original designers of not only Talladega, but also Bristol Motor Speedway. This track is just a smidge different of the layout of the Bristol Motor Speedway. The banking is very close. There's banking on the straightaways. Banking really banked in the corners. I think it's 24 degrees of banking in the corners, 18 to 10 degrees on the straightaways. And this is a bad mamma jamma. This track first opened up in 1991. It was operated by Bob and Mac Lamb, the Lamb family, Charlie Lamb. And then, of course, after almost 15 years or more, Mason Day and the Mac Lamb family merged together with Southern National, Orange County. Then they left and stayed at Orange County. And then we've seen promoters like Ron Gammon, Dale Richards, Kirk Leon, and now currently Michael Diaz running this facility. And again, this is a very popular place. This is my old stomping grounds, and I think it's really cool, Greg, that they have a racetrack like this on iRacing. And again, if you ever go there in person and you look at it, it looks just the same, with the exception of the walls not yellow anymore.
And I love the fact that they added this track to the server because, Wesley, when this track was first announced, there were a lot of people very, very excited about what was to come here at Southern National. And not only that, Wesley, this is now, as of this season 4 of 2020, is the first season that this is concluded in the rookie series on iRacing. So when drivers first get started on iRacing and they're trying to work their way up in the oval ranks on iRacing, this is one of the first tracks that they race on. So just about every driver in the series or on the iRacing server on the oval side by now has raced on Southern National probably at least once.
Well, there you go. The stage is set and we are ready to go. Qualifying on track now for the drivers of the Legend cars. You got Jacob Putnam out there in the number 3. We'll see what he can do. 23-second lap around Southern National and the Legends. That's getting it about 70, 80 miles an hour, Greg.
See how they go. I'm watching Brendan Poole in the number 17 NASCAR Cup Series driver. He's out for his qualifying lap, and I'm watching him here going into turn number 1, 91 miles per hour here into turn number 3, as he comes by to complete his first lap. He will go 4th at a 15.816. Tyler Payne on top with South Boston winner David Polins behind him in second, and Polins is just going to back it down on that one lap. Tyler Payne 15.477, the man to beat right now.
And there was a time once or twice where Brennan Poole actually ran the late model race, the Thanksgiving Classic. He ran with the UARA Stars late model series, so he knows this track very well. Looking at what he can do. Jonathan Tuckness now in the 83. We'll see what he can do on the clock. No Strange 18. Tyler Payne at the top of the board. Polins in second. Putnam third. Moorcroft right now the top 5.
Tuckness in the number 83 was fastest in practice, by the way, Wesley. He's 4th on the charts right now in qualifying. And looking at the times, he was the only driver to go a 15.4 in practice. However, Tyler Payne was able to reach that mark here in qualifying just barely by 1/1000th of a second. Beat Tuckness's time in qualifying. Polins, Putman, Tanner Griffith up in the 4th now in the number 14. He's looking for a bounce back after a disappointing run at South Boston last week. We head here to the other south, the Southern National Motorsports Park. 18 cars have taken time right now, leaving just 2, Ryan Matthews and Matt Cucker, as the 2 cars yet to go. Matthews just pulled out of the pits now in the number 51. 3rd place, not just in Legends last week at South Boston. He picked up 3rd in the late model portion as well.
Yeah, rocking and rolling as here comes Ryan Matthews in the 51 machine. We'll see what he can do now as he's the man on the clock. Got quite a field of the Legend cars here for the American iRacing League ready to go. Here at the 2020 Legend cars ready to go here at Southern National Motorsports Park. So we're watching him work the racetrack on the clock.
Ryan Matthews ends his lap with a shot to the wall, but he goes 4th at a 15.599, and they're going to get the backup car unloaded and ready to go. 19 cars here have taken time thus far. The final driver to qualify is this one right here, number 20, Matt Cucker, one of our Ryko Motorsports drivers. And of course, Ryko Motorsports, they are the ones providing the setups here for the Legend cars, and Matt Cucker, a Legend specialist. So you got to think, if anybody knows their way around the setup here at Southern National that's been provided, who better than the guy that helped build that setup? We're talking about Matt Cucker in the 20 car, the final car to qualify.
Yeah, without a doubt, as he works his way around the way, Matt Coker there in the number 20. Gonna have to pick it up. 55.37. Gonna pick it up there. Here he comes.
Second on the board right now, looking to knock down Tyler Payne. And he's going to back it down right there, so he's going to settle for 2nd place, and he'll start on the outside of the front row of this 30-lap main event. Caution laps do not count here tonight at Southern National Motorsports Park for the Legend cars. They will, however, count in the Super Late Model race coming up later tonight in this one at the conclusion of this event. But with that said, qualifying has wrapped up. Wesley, it's time to grid.
Yeah, how about that? Your pick is second quick. He's got a pretty good lap time there, so we'll see what goes on. The field is gridding. We are set for The ComServe Wireless starting to line up. Here is the Legend Cars 30-lap feature here on the high banks of Kinley. Tyler Payne on the pole, Matt Cocker on the outside, row number 1. Row number 2, Will Fine. David Polins in 33, Jacob Putman in the number 3. Row 2, start your top 4.
Third place last week at South Boston, Ryan Matthews in the number 5 with Tanner Griffith looking for a bounce back in 6. Jonathan Tuckness was fastest in practice. Kind of missed it in qualifying there, looking for a good race run here in this one. He will have Derek Palowski in the number 2. Apologize if I said that one wrong. That is a difficult name.
Pulowski, Derrickson Pulowski. Cody Moorcroft will be in the 80 machine. He'll start inside row number 5. Tony Quadras will be in the top, starting in the number 12. Row 6 will be the driver of Heath Ropp in the 77. Brennan Poole from Highlands, Texas in the 17. He will start 12th.
We're going to find Timothy Triplett in the number 16, starting off in position number 13 with Luke Brown, who is outside car number 23. Eric Steele, he's hoping to keep all 4 wheels on the ground after he shot to Mars last week at South Boston. He will have Dennis Warrens in the number 90 alongside him in 16th.
Row number 9, Travis Hoffler in the number 21 machine to the outside. Ryan Daly in the 9th. And now to round out your top 20, it is going to be the driver in row number 10, Travis Hoffler and Ryan Daly. William Kingbill in the 82, followed by Gregory Moon in the number 18. There's your lineup. It's presented by ComServe Wireless. ComServe Wireless with 27 locations from the Commonwealth of Virginia to the first state of Maryland to even also in the Keystone state of Pennsylvania. They authorize in Verizon and Fios. And again, if you're interested and would like to know more details, go to ComServeWireless.com for locations, store hours, information on products, and even if you want to start a career. ComServe Wireless, again, the official partner with LSR TV, CRNs for the starting lineup. So the field is set. We're ready to go. It will be 30 laps for the Legend Cars. The lights are off on the pace truck. I think they're going to be coming to the green flag here.
Nope, 2
this
pace
time
laps.
by. It'll be 2 pace laps, so the one to go indication will be given away this time by. Again, a little confused there. The lights were off on the pace truck, so I thought they were coming into.
Yeah.
But again, the Legend Cars, they're fun around Charlotte. And the man that was the IRL Fall Brawl champion for Legends, Tyler and Billy, will be ready to bring this to the start, Greg, as we get ready to go racing.
Yeah, not sure why the lights were not on the pace truck, but he is pulling in. We are coming to green. Legend Cars, 30 laps. We're underway.
30 laps. We're green for the Legends in the turn number 1, and on the jump, it's going to be Payne. T-Payne on the inside, going to the early lead. Polins is there. That machine of Cocker's there as well. Those are your top 3. They work their way.
Ryan Matthews, the big bobble, and we've got problems. It's Pulowski going into the wall. He had contact with Heath Ropp in the 77, putting us under our first caution, just 1 lap into this race.
So Pulowski and Ropp going around, and just as fast as this race starts, we have a caution.
That's where it started right there with Matthews, and unfortunately, the 2 and the 77, they just get together trying to stay out of it. Tough break for those 2 drivers right there, putting us under caution. Remember, caution laps do not count here in the Legend Cars. They will in the Super Late Model portion later on tonight, but they do not count in Legends. We're only 1 lap in, 29 to go.
Under the yellow flag, let's take a quick break. We'll come back with more coverage of the American iRacing League Friday nights on LSR TV. And if you're listening at CRN, we are CRN.com.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
back here at Southern National, getting ready for the restart after a multi-car accident. Legend cars, Kowalski and Crop down to the rear of the field. We'll get ready to go back for the restart. Here they come. And green flag goes back in the air. The iRacing setups restart box, and we are back to racing, and it is going to be Tyler Payne again jumping out to the lead as they work their way to the backstretch into turn 3, the high banks of Kinley.
Payne out to the lead. Cucker stuck on the outside in the third place battle right now with Ryan Matthews, who finished third last week at South Boston. The winner of that race, David Polins, into number 33, up to second, trying to track down T-Pain into number 18. We're clicking laps away right now. We're already working lap number 5.
Working their way back across the line. Another lap on the board as the laps are underway for this event. For everyone watching on LSR TV, whether it is on YouTube or on Facebook, listening on CRN right now. Payne, Polins, Matthews, Putnam, and Tuckness, your top 5. And we got one car shifted up the racetrack. Going to be an opportunity for Griffith to try to make some moves quickly on some cars in the top 10, and that goes on as they work their way to turn 4.
Trying to make moves quickly is Griffith in the number 14, who is one of those drivers who got shuffled back earlier in the number 14. He's gotten around Cucker, who got freight trained on the outside there, falling back to 8th. But Cucker's going to be one of those guys you got to keep an eye on because he's going to pick him off one at a time. He's very smart when it comes to being patient and saving the car for the end of the race. Cucker always likes to make his move in the final 5 laps when he races in official races on iRacing, expecting tonight to be no different.
Picking them up and putting them down for sure, as right now we watch those drivers working their way across the start-finish line. Coming up, Super Late Models, 100 laps on the high banks of the Kinley Southern National Motorsports Park for coverage of the American iRacing League for Friday night. And right now, T-Pain, Tyler Payne in the 18 leads the way. Polins, Matthews, who had problems earlier in qualifying, deems himself now. He sits in third on the podium, but Greg, they are all single file. Nobody jumping out of line as they exit off 4.
Right now, they're just trying to ride and make sure that everything is solid. One car around, I believe it was Eric Steele in the 32. Yes, it was. Off of turn number 4. He was able to stay in the atmosphere this time. No shot to space this week for Eric Steele just yet. We still got 20 laps to go in this one, however. Take a look at the swag replay, and all by himself there in turn number 4. Same spot that we saw the issue earlier, and he was able to get it going again. No harm, no foul, but the spin does trigger our second caution of the day.
Southern National Motorsports Park, the second yellow flag. Tyler Payne leads the way. More coverage in a moment on LSR TV and CRNs with the American iRacing League Legend Series from Kinley. Back here for the American iRacing League, round number 2 at Southern National Motors Park. Wesley Outlet and for the absent Greg Rentz, who popped in the back door at the last minute. Charles Wooten is on the production chair. And we get ready to come back to the green flag. We are 10 laps in, 20 to go, and Kane on the restart, going to the high banks here at Kinley.
But look at Matthews able to get around Polens and bring Putman with him in the number 5. As Matthews able to clear 3 wide behind him, involving Tuckness, Griffith, and who was that on the outside? That may have been Quadros in the 12. And look who gets around this Quadros going around after contact with Brendan Poole, and another car collected. Trying to figure out who that was. May have been...
That's the 12, and I believe it's Rop again in 77.
No, not Rop. It was the... It might have been Hoffler. I believe it was Hoffler, the 21.
Oh, okay.
Right there, yeah, Hoffler and the 21 gets together. You take a look at the swag replay.
Okay.
And Hoffler was looking for a bounce back after last week at South Boston. Issues in both the Legend cars and super late model races unfortunately caused him to DNF both races. And looks like, unfortunately, the bad luck is going to continue in this one.
So caution. Breed cautions for the driver there instead of the yellow flag. Right now, Tyler Payne is leading the way. Ryan Matthews in second. Jacob Putnam is third. David Polens fourth. Eric Griffith is right now in the top 5 as they work their way back down the front straightaway. We are 13 laps in of 30 in this event. No, correction. We are 12 laps in. They are making some of these guys get their lap back, or they crossed a little too quickly. So yeah, it's actually only 12 laps completed. Yeah. Caution laps do not count for this race, Greg. So 30 green flag laps here tonight.
30 green flag laps for the Legends. The caution laps will count, however, when we get to the super late model portion here tonight. That is when they will count, so we will see how it goes for them in that one. But we know what is going on, and drivers are beginning to request single file, and this is the third caution. Normally that is when they begin throwing the single file idea out there. Drivers are beginning to request it, but it does not look like it's going to be the case this time.
So we're going to get the field doubled up here, and we will try this again. And I'm understanding that, we're ready to come back for the restart. My apologies. Screen back in the air.
Big one. Ryan Matthews, big restart into number 51, able to get to the lead in the 51 after third place finishes in both races last week, Legends and Super Late Models. He's out front now in the number 51, and he was disappointed with the third, Wesley. He wanted a win. Came out just a little bit short. Remember how that race concluded last week, though, in the Legend cars? Fuel mileage came into play. That was kind of a surprise. We were not expecting that to be what happened. And it unfortunately was, as we're halfway, 15 down, 15 to go, and the caution's out for the 4th time here tonight.
Another caution flag here for the driver of the... Well, let's see what happened. They go up into 3. Little contact there. Looks like 12 got into a couple other cars, and there was a multi-car accident just out of 4.
Maybe that was Poole that got into 12 again. There's Poole right behind him. We'll have to take another look at it. See if maybe we can go to the drone cam courtesy of All-American Pools. You see right there, there's the contact. Here we go. That's the 12 of Quadros, and that's Poole right behind him. We're going to get a big run here into turn 1. This is all going to start in turn 3. Now, I'm keeping my eye on the green cars up there as well, because I believe this started right there. Quadros gets in the back of, I believe that's Steele, has to check up, and Poole has nowhere to go and gets in the back of Quadros, and they all spin, and Hoffler gets the worst of it in the number 21, just trying to get through.
I want to thank our sponsors for the American iRacing League, which includes Ryko Motors Performance and Paint. They also are our sponsor for the Restart Zone. Fabulosity. Fabulosity Designs, my apologies. Fabulosity Designs, that's a unique word. And also, we want to thank Team 126. They've also stepped up to sponsor this race tonight, so we thank them. They got down at the bottom right of the monitor. As we appreciate you joining us for coverage. Ryco Motorsports Restart Zone coming up for the green flag, and just after halfway, 15 down and 15 to go here. Southern National, 30 laps for the Legend cars with now Tyler Payne and Matthews. Ryan Matthews now the man that leads the way. They're going to make another lap under caution, and they're going to show it 1 to go. We'll try to go back to green flag here next time by. You know, Greg, this track looks so unique. Even the flag stand. Now, yes, they have built a new flag stand in the last year or two, but even the flag stand from back in the day looks exactly the same. I remember seeing Chuck Finla and all that stuff on the flag stand, just like the way it is. There's that little small grandstand in turn 4. My daddy used to let me sit when I was a kid going to the races, and man, this is just really cool that we have found out a way in the world of virtual esports simulations to be able to take real things and put it on opportunities like this for the American iRacing League as we are back to green flag.
Shows you the detail that goes into each track that these series go to here on the iRacing server. The attention to detail is what makes iRacing second to none in the world of esports. Ryan Matthews leading the way now in the number 51 after getting the jump on, not this past restart, but the one before it, and he was able to get himself into the control car and see if he can set it up again. Payne and Putman in third, Griffith and Matt Cucker trying to sneak up as well. They round out the top 5. Keep your eye on Tuckness in the 83 on screen, 94 on screen, 83 on ticker. Meanwhile, 33, David Polin's last week's winner at South Boston trying to get up there. He is up to 6th. He's trying to track down Cucker, who's to the inside of Griffith, and suddenly the outside pole sitter has moved himself back into 4th. Remember, he was as low as 8th earlier today. 10 laps to go, and here comes Cucker.
10 laps remaining, as you mentioned, and we're going to watch and see what he can do as Tuckness is also in that battle. Ryan Matthews, Tyler Payne, Jacob Putnam, Matt Cocker, who started this race in second, starting to climb. He's back in 4th as we watch them work their way. Laps winding down at the high banks of Southern National Motorsport. 100 laps for the Super Late models coming up next for the American iRacing League. And the laps wind down. 7 to go. This time by at the line, it is Ryan Matthews still out in front in 50.
Ryan Matthews in the 51, Tyler Payne, Jacob Putman, Matt Cucker, Tanner Griffith, your top 5. South Boston winner, David Polin's trying to get up there and put pressure on Griffith right now. First side-by-side is way back there between Daly, Kingbill, and Poole. And one driver getting loose. That was Daly in the number 19, had a big slide. He gets back down, and he's going to fall all the way back to 13th once that's all said and done. Things settling down now, single file. Caution is out, though, and we're going to have ourselves a shootout here at Southern National.
Late race caution problems. So we got 3 cars involved. Hoffer looks like of them in 21, and here is the replay. Swag replay. Watch this on the... Oh, no! Yeah, he went up and over there.
Who is that? What number is that?
I believe that's, let's...
I know Hoffler got into him, the number 12. Yeah, man,
Quadros.
He's had a bad night tonight. Tony Quattros.
Yeah, this is one of those nights that Tony's just going to want to flush down the toilet and forget happened and rebuild for next week when the American iRacing League heads to another racetrack. Stand by for what exactly that one is. We got to double check schedules. We have so many great racing series here on LSR TV. It's almost impossible to remember where everybody's going on any given night. And we also got short track racing coming up from Iowa this Sunday night, or next time we're on the air, Wesley.
Yeah, going to be a fun time just around 10:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Pacific, with coverage of the iRacing Northwest Tour by Joe's Racing Products, Iowa Speedway. 150 laps on Sunday night. That should be a good one.
Looking forward to Iowa, and we have got quite a few broadcasts coming up from Iowa in the next couple weeks because our other Northwest series that we cover here on LSR TV, the Northwest Cup and Truck Series, they will also be heading to Iowa coming up here next week. Tomorrow night's Cup race, though, for them is their playoff cutoff race at Richmond. We'll be sure to talk about all the upcoming races here on LSR TV, and the caution was ready to start. They waved off the restart in the field at the checkup to avoid running into the back of the Silverado. That almost was bad.
Oh, wow. By the way, they are at Charlotte this Monday night for the Northwest iRacing Cup Series.
I'm sorry, did I say
playoffs? Charlotte, yeah, Richmond was this night.
Richmond was last
we had Charlotte. We had Charlotte for the trucks last night. What a heartbreaker for Jeff Stab now. Definitely some other drivers that have been eliminated. The round of 8 begins coming up next Thursday night. That'll be from Iowa Speedway. Charlotte for the Cup Series. Round the 12 finale will be Monday right here on LSR TV and CRN Sports for the Northwest Cup Series. So yeah, a lot of cool things going on. Green flag back in the air. The final 5 laps or so, and it is still Ryan Matthews pulling away from the pack in the 51.
And Matthews is doing a spectacular job, opening up a gap now over Tyler Payne, Indy number 18, Putman in 3rd. Watch out for Cucker trying to get up here on the podium in the number 20 as Matthews trickles them away. Trying to build some momentum, heading to Lakeland, Florida next week. USA International Raceway, the home of this race next week. Wow, what a battle here as Griffith tries to go to the inside of Payne, and Cucker went with him, and Griffith wound up having to go on defense, and Cucker's not happy, and this is going to allow I'm sorry, that's Putman who went to the inside. Look at David Bolin's trying to steal it. 3 wide going into turn 1, and they're coming to the white flag. CRN 1 to go.
Yeah, look at that going on behind the man in 1 and 2. Matthews, Payne, white flag, a hornet's nest behind them, led by David Polins, Griffith, Coker, Putnam,
and
all
they get
down
together
the back straight away. They're wrecking, but it doesn't matter. They're going to come to the line. Checkered flag, race is official. It's going to go to Ryan Matthews in 51 to win the American iRacing League Legends here at Southern National.
Tyler Payne 2nd, David Polins 3rd, and the big losers in this one will be Matt Cucker and Tanner Griffith, as they both are going to fall outside of the top 10. Cucker 12th, Griffith comes home 18th position after being up in 5th at the end of that one. So
look at
all
this
of a sudden,
lap. We're going to watch the last lap. Look at this.
Flag replay on screen. Off of turn 2 right there. There's the contact between Putman and Cucker, and that sends them all around.
And remember, the reason why they called the race finish is because they took the white flag. And honestly, the race, that wrecked near the leader's view. So the leader was able to keep on going, no problems, no harm, no foul, and there is the reason why they threw the caution of the checkered flag. And when it's all said and done, Ryan Matthews, Legends car winner in the number 51. The American iRacing League. Unofficial results for the Legend cars at Kinley. Presented by Sawblade.com. Ryan Matthews, your winner. Tyler Payne is 2nd. David Inns will finish 3rd. Jacob Putnam 4th. Jonathan Tuckness 5th. Then it's Steele, Triplett, Moorcroft, Daly, and Warren's the top 10.
Heath Ropp recovers to finish 11th, with Matt Cucker was up in the top 5 at the white flag, falls back to 12th after an incident with William Klingbeil coming home 13th. Hoffler and Moon round out the top 15. Luke Brown, Tony Quadros, the final cars on the lead lap. Tanner Griffith gets credited with an 18th place finish, 1 lap down, as does Brendan Poole in the number 17. Rounding out the field was Derrickson Pulowski, who did not finish the race.
So when it is said and done, again, Ryan Matthews picking up the win for the drivers of the American iRacing League. What a show they put on. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to the winners. Top 3, all on the way. Get ready for the American iRacing League Super Late Models. They're going to be coming up next for 100 laps on the high banks of Southern National Motorsports Park. It all continues in a moment. iRacing on LSR TV and CRN Sports. Back more coverage from Kinley. Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League here from high banks of the virtual Southern National Speedway, now known as the Southern National Motorsports Park. Wesley Outland, Greg Rance, Charles Wooten on the production for LSR TV, your home person in CRN Sports. We're going to go now and talk to the third place man in the number 33, David Polins. David, you take third. What's your take of the race? The legends are always fun on Kinley.
Man, I knew I had to get paint on that restart, otherwise I was going to end up way back like I did. And I never got to his bumper to get by him. We were running dead the same exact laps every lap. And anyway, I fell back to like 7th to 8th at one point and picked one or two guys off, and then that last restart, Putman decided he was going to be a rolling roadblock, as they say, and it worked out in my favor again. So it's 2 weeks in a row to better be lucky than good. Just happy that I could take the DPF services car to the front.
David, you mentioned right there that 2 weeks in a row, it's better to be lucky than good. You got the win last week at South Boston under bizarre circumstances, and here you are once again with a big third place finish here tonight, Southern National, excuse me. And that's two races that the luck has gone your way, and you got to be thinking, man, hopefully this train can continue going all the way to Lakeland, Florida next week for sure.
Yeah, I hope so, man. Southern National is one of my strong tracks. I was hoping that I'd be able to take advantage of that, but I wasn't able to use my normal line, which is hook that white line and hang it out up top. And unfortunately, just couldn't get up there for the win. But I'm glad that last week it paid off. And I said before the race, I said if I finish top 3, I'll have my shot at the title every week. If I just keep that up, I just got to look out for that Ryan Matthews cat. Which, speaking of, he jumped that restart. I might have to beat him up next time I see him. But I'm just kidding. He's a good buddy. But awesome broadcast, guys, and thanks to the sponsors, DPF Services and Sign Design Co. for all their help this year.
I'm blown away. I was literally just dead silence listening to you, and all of a sudden music popped in and I just jumped out of my chair. So I'm preparing for another chair to break tonight. But hey, man, congratulations to you. Good run. And as always, thanks for running with us on Friday night for the American iRacing League. Final question here in segue, throw in your sponsors. What do you think we're going to see the car do for the Super Late Model race coming up next?
Man, I worked at it really hard yesterday, so I'm hoping it's good. Me and Tyler share setup, so you'll see. If we're up front, you'll know we're pretty happy. If not, I didn't do a very good job, so we'll find out tonight. But in practice last night, I was pretty ecstatic with how the car handled it. It all just depends on what the temperature lays out for us on the track tonight, and what competition shows up. See who we got. But this is a pretty stacked field, so I'm gonna have to man up in this one, do a little bit better than that Legends race.
All right, that's David Polins. Thanks for third place in this race. We're going to talk now to Tyler Payne, he was the Fall Brawl regular season Legends car champ. He will finish this race in the runner-up position in the number 18, the man out of Manassas, Virginia. Tyler, what's your take of the race, bud? Good show tonight.
I mean, anytime you can finish behind Ryan Matthews in front of David Pollen is a good night. Those two guys are some of the best in the country in real life legends, and I know it's just a game, but it feels good to run with those guys.
Tyler, a great run tonight, leading almost the entire first half of the race and then battling it out to the end there with the 51 of Ryan Matthews. So tell us about being able to battle with these guys week in and week out in legend cars. There's not a whole lot of leagues that run legend cars here on the iRacing server. So how much fun is it to be able to run something that you don't necessarily see on iRacing and be able to battle, like you said, with two of the best in real life driving legend cars?
Yeah, so it's something I've always wanted to do. Honestly, my uncle and my whole family raced late models growing up, and I've always fell in love with legends. Unfortunately, I'm 6'4", and I don't quite fit. They make the big boy kit and everything. Maybe one day I'll get in one of them. I just think they're an absolute blast to drive, and it really, as we've seen in the top tiers, it shapes drivers. You got to be on top of the wheel, and they're real twitchy. So I definitely think it's a great learning curve in racing careers.
Well, Tyler, coming up, super late models. Now, normally you do well in the legend cars. What's it going to take to turn things around and have a good run for the super race here at Kinley coming up next?
I'll tell you one thing. I've logged maybe a quarter of the laps in super late models that I've logged in legends. I really have been focusing on legends this season, so I'm slowly getting better in supers. I think running with these top guys like there are in this league makes me a little bit better. And David Polens actually has built my setup this week, and I know that he'll put a good car under me. So we'll see what happens.
Real quickly, thank your sponsors on the number 18 runner-up.
Yeah, Smith Wraps and Graphics. Billy Smith does so much for me, man. It's incredible. Ryko Motorsports, they build these setups for the league, and I think everyone really enjoys them. And lastly, Fabulosity Designs. They have great products, and I highly recommend if anyone's looking for custom apparel, you go hit them up on Facebook.
All right, Tyler Payne will finish in that number 2 position. And finally, to victory lane, we go on the number 51 machine for the Legends. It's Ryan Matthews. Ryan, congratulations, bud. Man, I get the privilege to follow you on the Speed 51 Super Series presented by Economic Media. Man, I didn't know you could wheel a legend car the way you did. Congratulations tonight. Good job.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've got a little bit of real life experience, and especially at this track, pretty much every time we've came here in real life, we've put it in victory lane. So it's a really fun place to race at, especially the legend cars, and just have a blast racing with all these guys like Tyler and David, and they're pretty quick, so it's pretty impressive, pretty awesome to be beating them.
Brian, 3 races in a row you've been on the podium here on LSR TV here in the AIRL. First win of the season after back-to-back thirds to South Boston last week. To get that win, does that feel a lot better now to know that you've got some momentum being built up here for the rest of the season?
Yeah, for sure. We, like you said, we finished top 3 both last races, and we're just looking for a little bit there. We're still lacking a little bit in qualify in the legend car, so we still need to figure that out. But we've been pretty stout in race trim. We came up a few spots short last week. A little bit was due to fuel. Me and the leader decided to play a little bit of fuel strategy, and ended up working out for us, but we were just one spot short, and David was able to hang on and get the win. So definitely boost my momentum a little bit and my confidence getting that win.
Well, Bud, congratulations to you. Let you go. Thank your sponsors, and good job around High Bank 6 Southern National virtually here tonight. Good job with your win. The 51. We'll see what you can do in the super late models next.
Yeah, thank you. I got to thank Mom Barbecue Bar and Grill for all their help on the iRacing side, and Carbon Racing Solutions, S&M Auto Service, Denise Matthews Real Estate, Pendleton Forest Products, James River Nurseries, and Mechanicsville Paint and Body Shop for all their help on the real life side and iRacing side as well.
Yeah, we can give a shout out to Carbon Racing Solutions. That's my buddy Robbie Johnston.
Yes, sir.
Robin Johnston, as I say in Speed 51. So congratulations, man. We'll see you the rest of the way. Ryan Matthews picking up the win for the Legend Cars. Wrap up our top 3 interviews for the legends of the American iRacing League when we return after a quick break. Super late model racing on the high banks of Kinley. Coverage of the American iRacing League returns in a moment on LSR TV and CRN Sports.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold, to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you can just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, T-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees@yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com. We're based
Welcome back to coverage of the American iRacing League. Right now, coming up next is the iRacing Setups Super Late Model Tour. Greg Rentz, Wesley Outland, Charles Wooten here with you. Go ahead, we're starting over. Show the graphics on the bottom. Fix my name. Come on, Charles. Oh, fix it. Show it. Oh. W, capital W, E-S-L-E-Y. Capital O-U-T-L-A-N-D. And he is capital G-R-E-G, capital R-E-N-T-Z-E. I am Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz alongside with a question mark. What's that? No, you don't need a question mark. You got it right. But Charles Wooten is the man playing the shenanigans behind the scenes. We welcome you to coverage of course, the American iRacing League. Greg, now it's time to have fun with the exciting 750 horsepower super late models on the high banks of Kinley.
Oh, I'm excited for this one, Wesley. We are looking forward to super late model racing here at the High Banks of Kinley Southern National Motorsports Park. And remember, unlike last week at South Boston, this one, a cool, crisp Benjamin Franklin $100 or 100 laps, excuse me, in this one. I was thinking $100 because I said Benjamin Franklin, but it's 100 laps here
you're
tonight.
Paying for the purse.
Grind. No,
you're
I am
paying
not.
for the purse.
I heard you were. I heard you were paying for the purse.
Okay, yeah. Oh, hey, we got cars up against the wall. Super late. Oh, they took out the cone. Super late models ready to go. Now, by the way, I know it says 46 minutes left in practice. That is completely false. It's fake news. I promise you. We will eventually update the server, and we will go right into qualifying here. But hey, that's the tech barn. That's what the tech barn looks like at Southern National. Really, it really does.
We talked about
that.
We talked about that during the Legends race here, Wesley. The attention to detail is what makes iRacing so much better than the other competitors when it comes to sim racing. Nothing beats the detail here. Hey, and fried chicken, that sound good? Is that there? We got some boneless wings.
And that's really rare. That's really real. That trailer used to be right there in the infield. The only thing I'm missing, where are all the trailers? Where's the haulers? There's normally it's so full with haulers and people there, you know? Like what in the world?
Looks like they kind of did. Looks like they had to do what we have to do here in the Northwest when I'm around tracks. We have to have the the haulers. They have to unload the pit box, the carts, and all that, and then they got to take the haulers back out in the parking lot just so the flagman can see the backstretch. So it looks like we had to do the same thing here. Now
it's kind of like what happens at the Snowball Derby. If you remember the Derby, they keep them in the pits all weekend long until Sunday morning, and that's one of the most eventful things is watching the big haulers and toter trailers leaving the pit area to go and park.
Always fun. Short track racing means some of the craziest stuff, and I'm honestly surprised that they don't do that for the Thanksgiving Classic, just with the sheer car count that you see at this track every year with that special event, which unfortunately we're not going to get to see this year.
Yeah, the real Thanksgiving Classic is not going to be taking place in 2020 because of COVID and all the stuff going on. Please keep on praying for our country. We keep hearing all these crazy things going on, possible lockdown again because of the COVID restrictions and everything else, and just have faith and keep prayer. But anyhow, there is going to be a virtual Thanksgiving Classic. It is being put on by the American iRacing League and Swag, one of them that are a sponsor here for LSR TV's replays and cautions replays. So I know there's still working out all the details on that. Just kind of follow their information, American iRacing League, and they can give you more information. Another event that's coming up in December that we know will be broadcast right here on LSR TV and CRN Sports, the 6 Hours of Talladega. Charles and I called 6 Hours of Daytona. What a fun time it was. Came down to a crazy finish at the end, 6 hours, and they have literally branched off from the American iRacing League, and they have created their own series, and that will be going on. Jeffrey Wallace and the American iRacing League with the 6 Hours of Talladega, Saturday, December the 19th, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific in the morning. I don't even think you'll be awake, Greg. on LSR TV?
No. I'll wake up probably around hour 3 and turn it on and pop into the chat when I'm awake and hang out with you guys there.
How many cups of coffee did you drink, Charles, for that race we did back in October? 12 cups of coffee. He had 12 cups of coffee, and I had a big 3-liter Coca-Cola I drank.
You know what I had? A good night's sleep. I tuned in right around the halfway point of that one.
Traitor.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
man,
coming
but I'll
up.
tell you what.
That's coming up that's coming up here in the near future, but we've got super late models here right now, live in living color on LSR TV. And oh, by the way, look who's at the top of the board right now. How about the guy who just went to Victory Lane here in the Legend Cars just a couple moments ago? Ryan Matthews, top of the board in practice right now in the number 51 over last week's South Boston winner, Ryan Kuhn in the 72. Derek Fulton up in third right now. Good speed out of him thus far. David Polins and Jay Jensen, your top 5.
Yeah, we got some pretty good heavy hitters here. I mean, look at the names of drivers. Ryan Matthews, Ryan Kuhn, as you mentioned, J.J. Jensen III, Curtis Critchley, Pete Polini, who was the super late model champion of the Fall Brawl. You've got Travis Hoffler, Brandon Gagnon, Brennan Poole, Nicholas Sacco. Just some big names of drivers that are in here racing. And of the 18 cars, should be a great field of super late models. 100 laps coming up soon from the Southern National Motorsports Park. We're going to step away. When we come back, we're going to get ready for qualifying. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss a thing. More coverage from Kinley with the Ryco Racing Setup Super Late Models, part of the American iRacing League, on your home for sim racing, LSR TV, and CRN Sports at wearecrn.com.
We're based out of West Monroe, Louisiana. We do custom T-shirts, racing. We'll do any shirt. We'll do schools, churches, fundraisers. We do a ton of event shirts, as you can see on our board here, all around our banner. Personalized. I mean, we'll do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We got the custom rugs. We use all the top quality shirts, inks and everything. Hoodies, hats. We do embroidered hats, embroidered shirts. Just you can call us for anything. We do offer the bag and fold to where you can receive them and they're already labeled and tagged and bagged, ready to give out to your customer and stuff. So you just call us and just tell us, hey, this is what we're looking at doing, and if we're going to put the car on there, it is 125 quantity minimum. If it's without the car, it's 60 quantity minimum. That's strictly on the racing stuff. If it's a business or something, if you race on Texas shirts, it's a little bit differently. You can call us. It just depends on your quantity and ink colors. Everything is hand drawn. I mean, everything. We don't Photoshop anything onto a shirt or anything like that. Everything that we go through, everything is drawn, and which is the reason for the art fees. We do have several graphic artists that draw for us, and they're really good. So what we do is on any package that you do, we can mix and match. We can do any colors. You can do purple, red, blue, green, and do the rest black. It doesn't matter to us. With your design on there, we can do hoodies. We can do hoodies, long sleeve shirts, t-shirts, tank tops. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's almost limitless what you can do, and you can put all that together in that package to make that minimum requirements. They can call us 318-278-7191, or they can email us at bulletprooftees at yahoo.com, or they can go to the website bulletprooftees.com.
Welcome back to Kinley. We're talking about food. We're talking about snacks. We're ready to qualify. Here comes Tyler Payne up first in the number 18 machine. Ready to bring that calm Serve Wireless, 13 Swag, Chevrolet. Let's see what he can do. He's on the clock. Qualifying away from Manassas, Virginia. Let's see what he can do as he works his way to the front straightaway. Real time on the clock. 13.903 quick time. Tyler Payne in the 18 there, Greg Rance.
Not for long. Jeffrey Eddy in the 1-2-6 to the top of the board. 14.803. He's tonight's proud presenting sponsor of the overall event here tonight. 14.345. Excuse me. I'm looking at that backwards. So David Palin's up on top of the board. My apologies. I had my thing upside down. But Palin's on top of the board. 13.721. I need coffee.
Caramba. David Palin's now the man at the top of the board. There goes Ryan Matthews. He was quick in practice. Carbon Racing Solutions entry. Shout out to my buddy Robbie Johnston. If you ever need to have any work done in the world of social marketing in the internet world, he's got your stuff taken care of. And right now we'll see where Ryan Matthews will end up. There's Pete Polini from Sands, Michigan. The 2020 Fall Brawl champion. Polini will end up in
fourth right now.
He's got to pick it up, man. He's got to pick it up. Yeah, he's fourth right now. By the way, Matthews back to the top of the board.
Polini will sit in fourth with Matthews on top. Derek Fulton second. David Palin's, Pete Polini, Tyler Payne, your top five. Derek Fulton, a lot of speed in the number 7 here tonight. Drivers have qualified thus far.
Yeah, Cody Jordan. We'll see what Cody Jordan can do. He's on the clock.
Jordan hits
Hope you're
the
enjoying
wall.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the American iRacing League here on LSR TV and CRN Sports. The nightcap on the racetrack right now. The super late models, 100 laps. Matthews to the top of the board. Fulton second. Oh, rim right in the wall goes Cody Jordan again. Below the flag stand.
That's going to negate his qualifying lap, Wesley, because he hit the wall before hitting the finish line. So that is going to negate his qualifying lap. He will have to start at the tail end on the provisional.
Wow. Now here comes Ryan Kuhn. Man of the number 72 machine. This guy knows how to get it done in the real race car as well as virtual. He's also one of the competitors on the SARA Super Series on Thursday nights. Ryan Kuhn, here he comes, and he will back her down on his qualifying lap. Problems for him, it looks like.
He had to reset there. Fortunately, he did not cross the line. He was able to get it to a stop. He's going to just get one lap here in the number 72 winner at South Boston last week, looking for 2 in a row as he goes up on the high line because he knows he's only going to have one shot at getting a lap here in the number 72 to try to set himself up for a back-to-back win.
Ryan Matthews right now, the man at the top of the board, 1350 with a 1. Here comes Ryan Kuhn. He climbs. Second. Yes, he goes to second. 1350 with a 9 to a 1350 with a 1 on the pole.
13 Spokane area code 509 for Ryan Kuhn here in the number 72. Matthews up at the top at the 13501. They're the only 2 drivers in the 5s. Everyone else 6 on back here in this one.
Looks like qualifying.
Yeah, I believe everyone has attempted a qualifying lap that is going to. Cody Jordan and Curtis Christie both had issues on their qualifying laps, which caused them to not get a time on their lap. And we have not seen Sacco yet, but it looks like he's not going to attempt it as he's only got 10 seconds to go out and make a run.
We go racing when we return from Kinley.
Hey, it's Wesley Outland of CRN Sports, one of the co-founders. I'm also one of the announcers on Live Sim Racing, LSR TV. We've recently partnered with LiveSimRacing.com to become the official radio partner of all of the esports events. What is CRN? Well, first off, we're going to be covering esports like it's never been done before with our MRN, PRN type radio atmosphere like you experience with NASCAR. In addition to that, we will cover the Northwest Trucking Cup Series, the Northwest Tour, and of course special events and sanctions like swag and special events like 6 Hours at Daytona and so much more. It's very simple to check out the racing action, whether on LSR TV, on Facebook and YouTube, or by listening. And that's how I want to help you real quickly. Go up simply to the website, wearecrn.com, wearecrn.com, click play, and you are set. It's that simple. We're excited to be the voice of live sim racing. We are CRN. Follow us at crn.com.
Welcome back here to the Ryco Racing Setups American iRacing League Super Late Model Tour here at the High Banks of Kinley. We're ready to go for 100 laps in the starting lineup. ComServe Wireless on the pole, trying to sweep here on the High Banks of Kinley. Southern National, the number 51 Carbon Racing Solutions entry. It's Ryan Matthews to his outside. Ryan Kuhn in the 70. This should be a good one. Row 1. Row 2 is going to find Derek Fulton from Center, Ontario, Canada in the Phantom Racing Outlaw Esports number 7. To his outside, David Polins. He finished third in the Legends. We'll see what he can do now in the Supers.
The Fall Brawl Super Late Model Champion Pete Polini in the number 14 with Ryan Daly to his outside in the number 19 with a fresh look on board there. We got Tyler Payne in the number 18 on screen, 88 on the ticker, so don't get them confused. Jay Jensen, always a guy to watch in Super Late Models, rolls off 8th.
Row number 5 is going to be Brandon Gagnon from Pineville, North Carolina in the 83 to the outside. Derek Nichols in the 18. Row number 6, starting 11th, is going to be the 20 of Travis Hoffler to his outside. NASCAR competitor from Highlands, Texas, Brennan in the number 5. He'll start 12th.
Luke Brown will roll off in the number 23 and 13th position with Eric Steele, the 32, looking for a finish here tonight in the Super Late Models. Final car to take time was Jeffrey Eddy in the 126. Team 126 is the sponsor of tonight's race. Nicholas Sacco did not get a qualifying lap, and the final field, or row on the field, will be Curtis Critchley and Cody Jordan. Wesley, we're coming green.
ComServe Wireless, 27 locations in Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania. You saw the legend. Now it is time. See the Supers in action. High Banks of Kinley, we're underway.
And one car sliding already. It's Derek Fulton in the number 7. Nice save, but he cuts down pit road. Everybody has to fan out to avoid it. Derek Fulton going to get the worst of it in the number 7 because now he has to back it down to pit road speed until he gets to that green cone right there, and he can get going. Nice job by Fulton to get the save as you pick up second place. Ryan Kuhn all chasing Ryan Matthews right now. Legends winner trying to sweep it here at Southern National.
Man, what a tough break there for the driver of the number 7 of Canada's Derek Fulton already with on the get-go. It says he is out of the race, and we got trouble. Caution. Steele's involved. Green cars involved. Caution
Eddie
on lap number 2. Jeffrey Eddy also involved.
This is going to be a big break for Derek Fulton because he was still on the lead lap. He's going to be able to get right back up, and we're going to reset swag replay here on screen to see what happened here. It all starts right there. Steele bounces off the wall. There's Sacco in the 29 getting into him, and Eddie piles in.
Yeah, I would really say that really Jeffrey Eddy gold. Oh, that did it right there. Did it. Yeah. So I'm understanding that even though Ryco Racing setups and paints are in the American iRacing League Super Late Model Tour, this is an open setup for the Supers.
So that's what the drivers were referring to earlier today when they said, I'm using this setup, I'm using this setup. So even though Ryco, who does do setups, is sponsoring the series, open setup. So these guys can run whatever they want so long as it passes tech.
There you go. So personally, not getting locked down to 1. And by the way, thank you again to Swag with Wraps and Graphics. Get on board with the Sharks of Billy and Rhonda Smith. They're located in Seaford, Virginia. 757-874-2438. Billy Smith will take care of all of your wrappings, whether it is on your race car, virtual, or reality, for your business, for your commercial vehicles, you name it. He'll take care of it for you at a great price. And again, we're glad to have them on board as the Swag Instant Replay. Thanks again also to Team 126 Motors, Team 126 Racing, Jeffrey Eddy jumping on board and being a part of this race tonight at Kinley. Next week, we are at USA International. That should be a fun one in Lakeland, Florida, Greg.
Looking forward to that one. That's my best track on iRacing right there. I have more wins at that track than any other track, in the Legend car as well. I've won 8 times there in the Legend car. Looking forward to heading there to be on the call for Legends and Super Late Models next week. We're back under green.
Back underway, the Supers at Kinley up the high banks into turn number 1 and 2. Watch them roar down into turn number 3. Matthews, the man out in front. Ryan Kuhn right there with him.
Matthews out to the lead. Oh, we got caution, or no caution, but we got trouble in the back.
Oh, is that Fulton? No, that's
Jordan. Yep, Fulton's involved, and I believe I have to double check. Oh, we got problems after Polini and Brendan.
Oh, is that
Poole getting together?
Oh no!
Oh, what happened here? This was after the caution had come out. This is what brought out the caution. Contact there between Jordan and Fulton. Steele getting the piece of it. There goes another car around. Didn't see who that was. I was trying to figure out who that other car was that had gone around. And then keep your eyes on it, because right here, they're going to see contact, and then that's what happened. Polini and Poole getting together, as well Nickel getting involved.
Derek Nickel in the 18. There's 2 18s out there. One is Tyler in the black car, and the other one is the white, red, and gold number 18 of Derek Nickel. He hit Fulton's car, and then it collected a whole bunch of other drivers in the man in the Highlands, Texas. Brennan Poole also collect. And I'm also understanding well, yeah, we're not going to say anything about that. And I'm understanding that the race director, who is Olson, did not call the caution in time. And the field, honestly, I guess they thought they were still racing, Greg, and that caused that second accident on the back straightaway.
Gotta race the flag, and unfortunately it came back to bite him there. As the contact came, the caution came out just a little bit too late for the drivers to get wound up in time. Matthews leading the way still. Remember, we are counting caution laps in this one. Matthews, Linz, Jensen, Nickel, your top 5. Caution laps do count. We're already working lap number 16.
Matthews and Kuhn on the front row, along with David Polins, Jay Jensen, Ryan Daly, the top 5. Hey, real quickly, can we show Brennan Poole's car? Let's show the number 5, one of the competitors in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Look at that car, okay? The black number 5. Believe it or not, Greg, true story. His late model colors looked exactly like that when he raced back in the day. Same color, same stripes, same everything on the number 5.
Oh, we got a big problem. Big wreck on the backstretch.
Oh,
car upside down. I think Hoffler was on his lid in the 20.
That's Nickel. They're still involved. There's a multi-car accident. Eddie's involved. Nicholas Sacco's involved.
Let's take another look at it. It started on the restart. Started right up here between Nickel and Hoffler. Went off of turn number 2 right there.
Oh, he ran him up the wall on the crossover gate, and they're still crashing.
Oh, Sacco involved in it as well.
Yes, sir. Watch this camera angle.
We're being told
Replay
to watch
presented
the
by All American
18.
Pools.
We're being told to watch the 18 of Tyler Payne. That's him in the black. Or sorry, watching the 20. Being told to watch the 20. That's the car that went upside down here off of turn number 2. Look
Right
out.
here.
Whoa.
Wow.
Numbers are gone.
Hey, you know what we need to
overruled
do?
from the 20.
Let's get an extended swag replay from the back straightaway camera, the crossover gate. I bet you that'll be a nice little eventful sights and sounds.
The 18 and Nickel crab walk in there on the pit road. We don't unfortunately have that camera. This is going to be about the closest we can get right here. Bam.
Oh, I thought y'all used to have one that was like right at the crossover gate. I'm sorry. Somebody broke the camera is what I was told. Oh, well.
All right, under caution once again. Laps are clicking away. 20
Hey,
laps
we
in.
could ride on board. We could ride on board with the 20 car. Watch
Yeah,
this.
let's do it. Go on board with him.
Listen to this. Oh, oh man, I believe I can fly.
Remember, no fast repairs in this series. Lights are out on the pace car. We're going green this time by. Matthews and Kuhn have been 1-2 this whole race.
Now, come on now,
Single
Greg. We're going
file
to dissect
restart.
this wreck. We're going to see it
No, we're
one
going
more
green.
time in a
We are
replay.
going green. Green flag is out.
going
Ryan Matthews
green.
leading the way. Kuhn, Polins, Jensen, and Daly. Single file restarts from here on out.
22 laps in, working lap number 23 this time by. As the man, Matthews, trying to sweep the American iRacing League here tonight for round 2 at Kinley.
Matthews, Kuhn, Polins, your top 3 right now. How about Polins in the 33, Wesley? Finished 3rd in the Legends race. Under caution here again as we got another incident
Cautions breed caution.
in the field. Take a look here. It may be Hoffler in the number 20. That's the 18 of Payne right beneath him. Hoffler moves up top and right here. Nope, nothing there yet. There it is. Jordan and Poole get together in the 08 and the 5. Well, Travis Hoffler has parked it for the day. He has pulled in and parked it in the number 20, so that'll be the end of his night. He's the first car out of the race. Cody Jordan has been given an EOL penalty for the contact with Brendan Poole. Nicholas Sacco is going to get the lucky dog and move back onto the lead lap, making 15 cars. And it's the middle of November, which means Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Remember, this is the home of the Thanksgiving Classic.
And it's also been a yellow flag, caution flag, fiesta here
I was
tonight.
going to say, yellow flag
That's it.
fiesta.
Yellow flag fever. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Carbon Racing Solutions number 51 out in front. Robbie Johnston's entry number 50. Doing a good job. Stacy, the man right there, Ryan Matthews.
Another car is
into
parked
the lead
for the night. Derek Nickel has brought the Rocket Racing number 18 into the pits here tonight. So he's done for the night. Ace truck still has the lights on, but we're getting set to go green. Matthews, Kuhn, Polins, Jensen, and Daly. Lights out on the pace truck. We are getting set to go back to green flag.
Oh, we're getting ready for the restart. Ryan Matthews, Ryan Kuhn, David Polins, Jay Jensen, and Ryan Daly. Single file over to the line. It'll be 30 laps in the supers at Kinley. 70 to go. We're back underway on the high banks into turn 1. Matthews on the jump. Ryan Kuhn right behind him. Matthews, Kuhn show 1 and 2. They're going to pull away. David Polins sits there in third. He's got company now from Jensen Daly. They're going to reel each other in. They'll stay single file, though, as they go back to one. Top two pull away.
Matthews and Kuhn, the Ryan and Ryan show, has pulled away from Polins, who's under heavy pressure from Jay Jensen, but Jensen has to check up a little bit there off of turn 2, allows Polins to get going. Meanwhile, behind him, here comes Curtis Critchley in the 54. He's got the Canadian Navy on board, and he has just climbed into the top 5 after starting 17th. Done a nice job keeping it clean, and here he is up in the top 5, not even halfway in the 54. We always have to keep an eye on Curtis Critchley in super late model racing.
Canada has a Navy?
Be surprised.
Canadian Navy, Canadian Army, Canadian Coast Guard, Canadian Marines. There you go.
Wins in third. Jensen, Critchley. Critchley to the inside of Jensen. Gets the spot. Curtis Critchley, 17th to 4th here in the number 54. Nice job by him in this one.
Critchley took that spot, eh?
Curtis Critchley,
the Daytona winner for the PMI Truck Series, Swag Series. Every Thursday night on Freaky Fast.
Seen him time and time again here on LSR TV as well in super late model racing. Always fast. Been a threat. Still looking for that super late model breakthrough victory.
Yeah.
And it's coming, and it might be tonight the way he's running.
The super late models rocking and rolling around the high banks of Southern National Motorsports Park in Kinley, North Carolina. Look at this battle now with Nickel, Payne, all in this mix, trying to get around Brandon Gagnon. Trying to get around Daly. He's got to run. Daly on the outside. Gagnon on the inside. Gonna chip up, and he makes contact. Smacks the concrete out of turn number 4. And there is the caution flag again. Ryan Daly, 19 in the fence. Here's your swag replay.
Look at it. Here, there may be some contact between Gagnon and Daly.
Oh, there was contact. What do you mean?
Pellini right behind him. I was watching Critchley try to get through. I missed this one. Let's see what happened here. This is going to be my first time seeing it. Oh, yeah, just a little bit of contact right there. And it sends the 19 of Daly up into the wall. Yeah, I was watching the battle for third, watching Critchley reel in Jensen when that happened. So, did not see it from my vantage point. Actually, Polin, excuse me. But, yeah, there's definitely some contact there. Brendan Poole on pit road in the 5. And Daly parking it behind the wall.
Ryan Daly.
And that's a new look on the number 19. And I believe, Wesley, that both Daly and Brendan Poole's cars were painted by the driver of the number 19. And Poole out of the race too. So both drivers out of the race here. And I believe Daly painted both cars, if I'm correct.
Well, one thing for certain, the number 51, Mr. Matthews trying to sweep Kinley. He won the Legends race. He's out in front for the super late models. More coverage in a moment. LSR TV, CRN, and the All-American iRacing League.
ETE Reman is the world's best remanufacturer of transmissions for import and domestic cars and trucks. Based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, our customers are repair shops, auto parts stores, dealerships, and distributors. And with 6 nationwide warehouses, we're where and when you need us. So when you're looking for a transmission that is like new, only better, instill confidence and install ETE Reman.
Green back in the air here at Kinley. Right after the break, Matthews on the break. He leads him back into turn 1, Greg Rance.
Matthews out to the lead in the number 51 once again, but Ryan Kuhn, the South Boston winner, creeping into the picture here once again. This is the best restart he's had, not allowing the 51 of Matthews to get a big run like he has the previous laps. By the way, we are only about 4 laps away from halfway. Critchley hit the wall behind him in the number 54. A lot of damage to the right front of the Canadian Navy car. and this going on for fourth. He's still back there, but man, oh man, look at this battle between Matthews and Kuhn right now. South Boston winner and Legends winner earlier tonight. Two drivers very hot in the series, and here comes Kuhn to the inside. He's looking for back-to-back.
Yeah, Ryan Kuhn won a couple of weeks ago at Oxford Lane Speedway as well, a race that I announced on the Speed 51 Super Series. So, man is talented in that car number 72. We're going to watch him do that move on the inside. New leader, new lead change. Ryan Kuhn to the lead. Matthews now will get on the defensive. He'll try to play blocker. Kuhn will as they go into turn number 3 for the lead out of 4.
Nice job by Ryan Kuhn in the number 72 to get the lead. We check back in with Pete Polini and Brandon Gagnon, a couple drivers we've seen over the years in the various super late model series on LSR TV over the months, not years. As Derek Fulton up there, another driver we've seen before. Halfway now in this one, and Ryan Kuhn to the lead, where he was all night long last week at South Boston, but the caution's out.
Another yellow flag. We'll find out what happened. It looks like to be
hearing it maybe Jordan in the 08.
Cody Jordan in the 8 car. Yeah, well, remember, he's the one that ran up the wall during the qualifying. Let's watch what happened here. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I want to see that again from our drone cam. Because I'm not going to say it yet, but I have a feeling I know what happened here. This camera brought to you by All American Pools will tell the story. I believe this is the lap before. Now, if what I saw was correct, we're going to get an answer of what happened here coming off of turn number 2 right here. Watch them as they come off turn number 2. Yeah,
there's contact.
A little bit of net code, though. Just a little bit of net code before the contact there.
We don't say that word.
Looked to me like Jordan just snapped up on the right up to him.
We've been told not to say that word. We've been banned, forbidden, banished to say that word.
Hey, I'm sorry, but if that's what happens, that's what happens. I don't
little
really know any
blinky
other
there,
way.
I think. So, okay, so if there's people that are watching and they're like, what did he just say? Code? Explain what netcode is.
So that means the driver's connections are signifying that they are close together, but they are, even though they're not quite touching, the connections matching is signifying that they are. And I think that's what happened there. As you saw the car on the inside, Jordan kind of shoot to the right there up into the car that was up above him. So I think that's what happened on that one, if I had to hazard a guess. Green flag back in the air. Ryan Kuhn in the number 72. Matthews, Critchley, Polins, your top 4. Here we go once again, trying to click them away. We're past halfway now, and Kuhn back out front in the number 72.
Kuhn, Matthews, Critchley, Wins, and Jensen. Your top 5. They're single file. Here they come out of turn 2 to the back straightaway. Look at Matthews, all on the back door of the machine of Ryan Kuhn. There's the Toyota number 51 for second place. He's trying to close in on the leader. Closing in on 40 to go, Greg. Here they come again out of turn number 4.
Matthews trying to get the lead back here in this one. Led almost the entire first half of the race. Winner of the Legend race earlier tonight, going back after the 72 of Kuhn. He's trying to get a run on the inside. Apologize for that. In there, having to
brake rotors glowing red.
Brake rotors beginning to glow on these drivers, showing just how much brake is being used.
Look at that. Like, really, like, if you really go to Southern National, Greg, or South Boston, Langley, where you're using up your brakes, even Martinsville, we talked about this the other night at Martinsville, you will literally see the brake rotor starting to glow red on the cars because you are literally using up your brakes diving in the corners.
Yeah, they are using up the brakes. You talked about it before the Legends race when we were talking a little bit about the racetrack. It's like a mini Bristol, if you will. Hard to imagine. Right. Wait, mini Bristol? Bristol's pretty tiny as it is, but yes, a smaller version of Bristol with the original asphalt paving even, as opposed to Bristol, which is now concrete. But yeah, it drives very similarly to Bristol, just a little bit shorter of a distance. So these drivers using a lot of brake in this one.
The history of Southern National Motorsports Park. It's a 4/10 mile track, just shy of half a mile. Built as Southern National Speedway back in 1990. The track opened in 1993. The seating capacity can hold almost 4,500 to 5,000 fans. And of course, their big marquee event is the Thanksgiving Classic every year. That is one of the marquee NASCAR Triple Crown races. If you think of Martinsville, the Myrtle Beach 400, well, for the longest time, the Thanksgiving Classic was the final raw for late model stock car racing. 4/10 of a mile. Track is banked at 17 degrees and 7 degrees on the straightaway. Now, Greg, the reason why that it's banked that way today is because the track was repaved in the early 2000s, if you remember. Kirk Leon, when he purchased Southern National in 2007, I think it was, he took the track, and we used to be banking 4 degrees, 28 degrees of banking. It used to be really close to Bristol, and they turned around and they did a new job on the racetrack, and when they done that, they shortened the degrees of banking. They made it 17 degrees, 7 degrees on the straightaway. But as we have 30 laps to go, you can see these cars being pushed to the limit. Jeffrey Eddy gets out of harm's way, coming through, and Matthews, and 30 remaining.
Kuhn trying to hold off Matthews, but Matthews not going away. They've opened it up 3 seconds over Curtis Critchley and Wesley. 3 seconds at this track. It's about the length of a straightaway, so it is doing some spectacular stuff right now with these top two right now, Kuhn and Matthews. In the number 72 and 51, Ryan Kuhn, your winner last week at South Boston here in this series. Very strong runs in the SARA, and a real-life super late model driver who's looking for a ride down in Florida for a couple big events coming up. So help him out if you know a way to, because Ryan Kuhn, you got a chance to help a wheelman get to some big races in the future.
Ryan Kuhn on the road to the Snowball Derby and possibly even the Snowflake 100. I know that's been announced. I know Cody Connor is also looking for sponsorship. I think Brittany Zamora is trying to get down to Pensacola for the Snowball Derby this year.
Yep,
so there's a lot of teams that are doing what they can, and if you can do what you can as a business to give money to help these drivers achieve their goals. Listen, bottom line, this will be my third or second time being on the broadcast crew for the Snowball Derby in Pensacola, and I'm telling you, the same effort that goes into those guys at Five Flags Speedway and gals, Greg, that is like that's the Daytona 500 for them in super late model racing, in pro late model racing. They want to be down there. So if anybody can step up to try to help out these drivers like Ryan Kuhn, who's a real late model racer, like Brittany Zamora, like Cody Connor, Tiger Man, or more, do what you can to help them out. Seriously, $100 can go towards tires. We could also put LSR TV on the car. That would be really, really cool. Yes.
Can you imagine an LSR TV logo on the car in the Snowball Derby? That'd be awesome. Help out if you can. Ryan Kuhn trying to get up there and win 2 in a row here, though, to start off the American iRacing League winter season here with 20 to go. But Ryan Matthews putting pressure on. He's got to win this season already. He won the Legend race earlier tonight. He's got that monkey off his back. He now wants a shot here at a sweep as they lap Jordan and Brandon Gagnon here in this one.
And by the way, if you are interested in being an advertiser for LSR TV, contact Charles Wooten and LiveSimRacingTV.com. They have plenty of original affordable rates available for all sorts of things, whether it's the grid, whether it's for replays, whether it's for sponsors, for races, you name it, they got it. By the way, don't forget about Power iRacing Invitational. That's coming up in December on LSR TV and CRN, December 11th and 12th. Meanwhile, the laps are winding down here. And another thing about this track is too as well, Greg, they can tick off laps quickly here. We're already at 10 laps to go.
17 laps to go.
Well, yeah, we're down
one.
to the home stretch. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, home stretch here at Southern National. Working lap number 85 of 100. If this race was last week, Ryan Kuhn would have already won, as it was 75 laps last week, but the decision was made. Series promoter Tyler Payne said, you know what, guys, we're going 100 the rest of the season here in the super late models, and looks to me like the drivers are liking it because Matthews and Kuhn are putting on a show here. Nose to tail. Matthews, does he have anything left? Is he saving anything, or has Kuhn got this one in the bag?
Laps are winding down, as we mentioned, as these drivers work their way around the racetrack. Ryan Kuhn, Matthews, Critchley, Polins right there in fourth on the outside of the top three. And everybody is trying to run down Ryan Kuhn. You say 2 in a row. He won South Boston last Friday night. He's trying to sweep here in the super late models portion of the American iRacing League. Matthews coming up just a little bit short. Got to wonder, Greg, also if maybe Matthews used up his tires and now it's costing him here as we are approaching laps remaining here. 12 to go this time by.
Something that could very well be going on, but I'm wondering if he saved anything in those tires and is letting them cool off for one last run through lap traffic. They get around Sacco in the number 29, so I'm wondering, Wesley, if they have anything left in those tires in the 51 car for one final shot here at Kuhn. We're at 10 laps to go, going to be 9 at the line, and Matthews is getting up on the wheel. I think he's got enough for one last charge, but he's got to do it now.
Better make a move. He better do it now. Time is running out of the S's. Well, it's time to go. You better go now. Here they come. It's Kuhn. Hughes, will he make one last shot at him? By the way, lap traffic will be in the way here.
Matthews holding steady. 0.2 of a second back of Ryan Kuhn. The difference in that is about 1 car length. 94 laps this time by as Kuhn trying to get back-to-back wins, or can Matthews hold on? Matthews getting right up there on the bumper of Ryan Kuhn. It is go time now in the camp of the 51, and Kuhn with the bobble. This could be Matthews' shot right here as lap traffic lies ahead. There's going to be 5 laps to go when they get back to the line, and Ryan Matthews is there.
Gonna come to the line, 5 remaining. Here they come to the stripe with Kuhn still on in front. Matthews in second. Critchley, Polins, Polini. The top 5 cross the line. Working the finish of this race. Lap traffic. Tyler Payne gets out of the way. Says, have at it, boys. You race to the finish. 5 to go from Charlie Rizzo virtually on the flag stand. The longtime flag man of Kenley along with Mike Hare. And now, working through lap traffic. Time is running out, Greg. They better make their move.
Just 3 laps to go for Ryan Matthews. Can he get there to Kuhn? Who's going to slice through lap traffic better? They got to make it through this entire cluster of cars. Can Matthews get a run in lap traffic? He's got open racetrack now. He's got to make his move now. 2 laps to go. He cannot wait for the last lap. He's got to do it now. CRN 1 to go. Coming to you.
And this time by, they'll work their way into turn number 3. They'll exit off the corner out of turn 4. And as Greg reiterated on, it's time for the CRN 1 to go. Bump and run. Do you make your move? When do you go? Here they come out of turn number 2 to the back straightaway. Into turn number 3. Out of turn 4. Ryan Kuhn can't get there. Yes, he will do it. 2 wins in a row for the super late models. Matthews tried all he could, ran out of time. Ryan Matthews will pick up a second place after winning in the Legends. And for Ryan Kuhn, he will be the big winner here tonight. The Ryan and Ryan show at Kenley. What a show virtually. It's a free ticket from LSR TV.
What a performance by Ryan and Ryan. And it's Ryan Kuhn getting it done for the second time here tonight. And he's burning it down on the high banks of Kenley. And I don't think he's done yet. He's going to back it up there in the victory lane, meet up with Ryan Matthews. And Curtis Critchley finishes 3rd here in the number 54. But what a performance the Ryans put on here tonight. Ryan Kuhn, your winner here at Southern National, holding off Ryan Matthews.
And here is the sawblade.com unofficial results for the Ryko Racing Setups American iRacing League Super Late Model Tour here tonight from Kinley. Ryan Kuhn, the winner. Ryan Matthews tried everything he could around lap traffic to try to sweep High Banks, but come up short. One spot. Curtis Critchley, good job. The Canada Navy car. He'll finish third. David Pollin's fourth. Pete Polini, he'll finish in fifth. Jay Jensen, Derek Fulton coming back with problems to finish seventh. Tyler Payne, Nicholas Sacco, Brandon Gagnon, all a lap down in your top 10.
Cody Jordan going to come home in 11th, 1 lap down. Final car 1 lap down as Eric Steele finishes 2 laps down in number 32 and 12th. Jeffrey Eddy, tonight's sponsor of the overall night here on LSR TV, finishes in 13th. Luke Brown 14th. Brendan Poole and Ryan Daly DNF tonight 15th and 16th. Travis Hoffler and Derek Nickel rounded out the 18 cars that took the green.
Coming up next, we will talk to the drivers of Critchley, Kuhn, Matthews, all on the way. What a show they put on. This is the American iRacing League, home for sim racing, LSR TV, and CRN Sports. If you're listening at wearecrn.com, we'll pack it up from virtual after post-race interviews and get ready for USA International next Friday night. And we welcome you back to the post-race show for the American iRacing League for the Super Late Models on LSR TV, CRN Sports. Wesley Outland, Greg Rentz, Charles Wooten, ready to wrap things up from the virtual high banks of the iRacing Southern National Motorsports Park. By the way, we're going to talk to our top 3 drivers, and we'll get ready for next Friday night, round number 3 of, again, the American iRacing League for Legends and Supers. It will be at USA International in Lakeland, Florida. Curtis Critchley will settle for the number 3 position, one of the drivers of out of Canada. Course runs on the PMI Truck Series. He was the Daytona race winner for Swag, and having some fun with this league tonight. Curtis, you finished third, eh? Fun at Kinley? Oh, Curtis, we can't hear you, bud. You got a copy? We're just getting static. Curtis, you got a copy? All right, guys, we're not going to be able to get Curtis Critchley. Something going on with his mic. Hopefully he can get it fixed. If he can, he'll message us down there. We'll get a hold of him. Now he's going to talk to the Ryan and Ryan show. One in the Legend cars. He'll settle for the bridesmaid spot. Valiant effort in those final 20 laps or so to the finish in the Carbon Racing Solutions entry number 51. Ryan Matthews, what's your take of the race, bud? And you will finish second for the Supers. It's got to be good, right? Behind Ryan Kuhn?
Yeah, it's good, but just a little bit shy of the win. We had a good car. We were a little too tight at the beginning, and Ryan was able to take advantage of that, and he got under me, and I just let him go and kind of just rode behind him. And it's kind of weird with these things. I'm not sure if it's the new update or the new tire or whatever it is, but it seems like whenever you get right behind somebody, the car just becomes 100% better. So the car felt really good behind him, and I think I had a little better car than him the last 10 or so laps, but just not enough to make anything happen with him. And with all those lap cars, I didn't want to force the issue or anything and then wreck us both. So it was a good race. The car kind of acted weird throughout the race. It changed up many times, and just tried a few things tonight, see if it worked out, and I think it did.
Ryan, I don't know if you know, but it's your 4th straight podium to start the year off. You are the only driver to finish on the podium all 4 races thus far. At what point do you start campaigning for a combination points series here between the 2 classes? Be like, hey, let's throw them all together and say, let's run it under 1 points banner, because you have done a phenomenal job in both Legends and Super Late Models, podiums in all 4 thus far overall.
Yeah, it's been a successful season so far in this newly started league, so just really happy about that. Consistent finishes is all that matters. it's a fun league to race again, race in, especially with Ryan. He's one of the best out there in supers, and we kind of stuck up the show tonight, but it was a fun race for sure, and just glad that I can get those consistent top 3 finishes.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, before we let you go, thank your sponsors, man. I know Robbie Johnston's got to be happy for you tonight. Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Carbon Racing Solutions, Mom Barbecue, Bar and Grill, they keep me fed every night, so thanks to them, and definitely check them out. S&M Auto Service and East Matthews Real Estate, Templeton Forest Products, James River Nurseries, Mechanicsville Paint and Body Shop, and obviously all y'all at LSR TV for broadcasting, and Tyler Payne for putting this league on.
Always a fun time. And when it's all said and done, Matthews will settle for the second gen after winning in the Legends here at Southern National. Second spot for the Super Late Models. The Ryan and Ryan Show. Ryan Matthews, second in the Carbon Racing Solutions, number 51M. Finally, to victory lane we go. Ryan Kuhn, ready for the road to the 53rd Snowball Derby. I'll see you there in a few weeks in Pensacola. And Ryan, congratulations to you. Another win virtually in Super Late Model land.
Yeah, we had a good car tonight. I think he like he said, he was a little better than us at the end, and seems like when you get tucked up behind someone, definitely the car in second is a little bit faster, and I don't know what it is, but it was the same way with the street stock and the Legends car on the sim, but it was a fun race there. I got a nose under Ryan, got to his inside, and I was hoping he wouldn't cross me over, but it looked like he got a little loose up there and couldn't get a run to the inside, but all in all, fun race. I always love racing with the other Ryan Matthews and his whole team. They all race me clean, we race them clean. It's always a good show.
Ryan, it was back-to-back wins for you, winning at South Boston last week, but definitely haven't earned it this week, battling it out with Ryan Matthews, and especially there, the last 10 or so laps, having to hold off one final charge from Matthews in heavy lap traffic. Tell the fans at home what is going through your driver's mind when he's trying to hold off a car who you admit is faster than you in the last few laps of the race, while trying to sneak your way through heavy lap traffic like that. What goes through your head trying to find that balance there?
It was a little stressful. Had a lot of pressure on me, and I know Matthews is a clean racer. I know he wouldn't really try to knock me out of the way or wreck me for the win, and that's what I 100% respect him for that. And I always feel safe when he's behind me, but definitely one of these days. Well, it happens sometimes. You get the bumper fed to him, and that happens every once in a while. But always like racing with him. It's always fun racing with him, but definitely a little bit stressful at the end.
Well, Ryan, before we let you go, bud, thank your sponsors, and congratulations to you. A good run here tonight. 2 races in a row. South Boston and in here tonight at Southern National. But, not the only E-Series you run. You run several leagues. I even, like I said, mention you and your success of what you do on the Speed 51 Series presented by Epic Media, sanctioned by the SAR program on Thursday night. I mean, definitely you, how much seat time do you get iRacing, and how does it help a racing career? And as a segue to that, also thank your sponsors in closing.
I think iRacing in general is a huge help to a lot of real-life race car drivers. I mean, you see Ty Majeski, he really came from the iRacing world and had a big name come up and say, hey, you're really talented on the sim, and put him in a real car, and you see what he's doing now, winning everything he's ever ran. And it's definitely a huge help on iRacing. It's definitely a lot of seat time between series to series, and I always have a blast doing it. But thank my sponsors, Bernier's Liquors, Ryan Kuhn Motorsports, Trent Goodrow Designs, Everett's Auto Parts, Mod and Auto Body. You guys in the booth, you guys do an awesome job. Everyone who puts this league together does an unbelievable job, and it's definitely paid off, and I'm looking forward to next week.
Ryan Kuhn trying to go for the hat trick next week at USA International. He wins South Boston, and now he wins at Southern National for the American iRacing League Ryco Motorsports Super Late Model Tour. Coverage again tonight brought to you by 126 Racing. Greg Ranch, your final thoughts, buddy, before we pack her up, call it a weekend until Sunday night for the Northwest iRacing Tour presented by Joe's Racing Products from Iowa.
Yeah, we're going to start making the drive over to the cornfields of Iowa for the Northwest Tour coming up here this Sunday night. Catch it on LSR TV. More super late model racing coming your way. But what a great night here in Kenly, North Carolina. I'm happy I was able to make it up until about 3 hours before green flag. I was convinced I wasn't going to be able to make it. Was able to make it after all. Had a blast here tonight at the high banks of Kenly. Ryan Matthews and Ryan Kuhn putting on a show in the super late models. Ryan and Ryan show, and they both get wins here tonight as Matthews won the Legends race. Kuhn goes back-to-back here in the super late models. Next week, we head to the now defunct in real life USA International, but it's going to be a wild one at Lakeland, Florida's 3/4 mile track, which lives on in the realms of iRacing. We'll see you there next Friday night.
And a big thanks again to Jeffrey Eddy and Team 126 Racing for jumping on board and being a sponsor of our broadcast coverage. As always, follow we are CRN.com for the CRN Sports Network. High School and College Division II spot around the corner. We'll have information on that forthcoming after a meeting I had over the weekend or over the week with people in the school system about that. So, of course, LiveSimRacingTV.com, the brand new website. Check it out. Watch the races from there. All articles, news, schedules, and much more at the new LiveSimRacingTV.com. For Tyler Payne of the American iRacing League, for Mr. Charles Wooten in the production chair, for Greg Rance, I'm Wesley Outland. Congratulations again to Ryan Matthews winning in the Legends and Ryan Kuhn winning in the Supers from the high banks of virtual iRacing Southern National Motorsports Park on your home for sim racing. Have a great rest of your week. God bless you all, and please keep on praying for America.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSR TV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSR TV would like to